Okay, so I apologize for that. I totally turned on my desktop audio and not my actual mic, and I was like, man, why aren't these things doing? And then I realized that, hey, my desktop audio and you were hearing everybody on the call talking to themselves and not actually hearing me. So that was a little bit awkward. But yeah, it looks like our stream health is going to be okay. I lowered my bitrate to 2500 instead of 3500. So even though there are like three people, three computers using video bandwidth and an upload speed, I think we'll be okay. Um, so we're kind of steadily between like 23 and 2700 bitrate, so we're looking okay for the stream health. I gotta get my cam up. Hey, I'm here. Husbando's here. He's getting ready to start. We're gonna switch over to our cast here really quick because we're gonna have a pretty short show today so that we can catch Avengers after the show, like 10 minutes after it ends. So, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna count down the crew and let them know that they're about to get started. Let's get all the windows up. Okay, guys, you're gonna be going live here in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And oh, you're almost live. Now you're live for real, I think. Everybody, yes, everyone's live. Everybody say hi.
Hey.
Yay. Okay, we're gonna switch. Actually, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, so Nick, you do all the intros while I pee.
All right. Alrighty, guys. So, my camera doesn't seem to be up, but anyways. So we're just gonna go around and do some introductions here. So I don't know. Let's start with Andy.
Hello, my name is Andy, and it's been a little while, so I'm having to look at my character sheet to remember who I am. I am Dr. Victor Price, the Shadow Sorcerer. And I'm just very looking forward to, cutting up all my fallen friends.
All right, Jacob.
Hey everyone, I'm playing Tibur Na. He's a deep gnome mystic. Yeah, and I'm excited to catch up. It's been a little bit, but looking forward to this.
All right, and then we have Jamie.
Yeah, I'm playing Yolesh. He's a 1T. He's a snake guy, and he's full of himself.
All right, and we have a new player with us, Spiritus. I think you're muted, my dude. All right, 1 second.
Alright.
There
Yeah,
you go.
okay, I was trying to get my setup right. I will be playing. I forget his name.
Varys.
Varys. Varys Amakia. He's mostly unaccomplished in his life, looking for work and adventure. Basically going where the winds may take him. Apparently, the winds have taken him in some very strange direction.
All right, and Val.
Hey guys, welcome to. I got really confused here because I was like, why are things happening? And then I realized I have the Twitch witch chat on, and so I'm getting an echo for myself. Okay, there we go. Haha. Hey guys, it's me, Val. You saw me 3 seconds ago. I'm bringing back my Natsushi baby, Angel Ryu. She's kind of crazy and hits things when they touch her. She's a monk sorcerer, and yeah, I'm excited to get started because it's been a month since we played this game.
Has it really? I thought it was only 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyways, and I am Slowpool Nick, the Dungeon Master. This is episode 3 of the Slay Team, which I will come up with a horrible name for soon. A quick recap from last game. So, last game, contract was accepted from your friendly semi-giant Tyr Camus to track down and possibly kill a necromancer, which was easily led to by a semi-rampaging flesh golem, Jerry. Jerry the flesh golem, who tore off some poor dude's arm and beat him to death a bit. So you killed Jerry and tracked his path back to a quite creepy, marshy swamp where you discovered the all-powerful great necromancer Pete, who Dr. Price tried to murder repeatedly.
Doing my job.
Over professional differences. And anyways, you easily subdued the powerful necromancer and are dragging his fat, drunk ass back to town. And so far, that is where we left off last time, so we'll open it up to the rest of you. Alright, so, what's your plan?
We're gonna drag this fat necromancer back to town, like, and get paid. I'm assuming we're losing our dragon friend on the way.
Yes.
Does he need a new tiara?
Well, funny you should mention that. His tiara, on your way back out of the swamp, his tiara fell off as he slipped in some muck. And unable to find it, he ran off shrieking while trying to cover himself, even though he was fully clothed. It was all quite bizarre. So that happened, and none of you are quite sure what to make of it. But yes, you're now down one Dragonborn. So, and Pete is just kind of standing there smoking. Not even sure how he got that smoke because you tied him up.
That guy really likes to accessorize. I'm glad I don't like my clothing that much.
Pete just kind of looks around at you and starts laughing. It's a greasy laugh. That guy's kind of a sissy for a big dragon fella, ain't he? Yeah.
If you insist that we have to take this thing with us, can we at least remove its tongue?
I just, I go ahead and I, as a, shadow monk, I use my shadow arts, and I just cast silence on...
On
my
Pete?
Yes.
Which is great because he turns to Dr. Price and goes, "Hey, you leave my tongue alone. According to your mother, it's your second favorite And he goes on and on and on. You can see his mouth moving, but luckily it's blissful silence.
Thank you.
I really wasn't enjoying what he was saying either.
Although I still think that, removing parts of him will protect us during the trip back.
Well, to the best of your knowledge, seeing as Pete isn't quite inebriated right now, you're probably safe.
I still say removing parts of him is for the best for us all.
I don't know. We might get paid less if he's missing pieces. Let's just get him back.
Yeah, we'll just make sure that everything is, tied, like his fingers are tied together, and you're a doctor, don't you have, like, stitches to sew his mouth actually shut?
Whoa.
That's a little bit extreme.
More
I think you were actually going to give me that option.
I mean, it's just, we'll just disinfect it, right? And we'll unsew it when we have to.
I mean, it's less extreme than removing parts. Come on now.
Yeah, nothing's being removed. It's all staying there, right?
What's your alignment?
Not evil.
What's your alignment?
Not evil.
No, what's your alignment? I want to know I'm asking specifically what your alignment is.
She is a neutral good.
Neutral good?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
On true neutral.
Yeah. Alright.
She doesn't know who she is yet. She's just trying to find her way in life.
So you're suggesting that you sew Pete's mouth shut. Is anyone else going to go on board or against this? Or
I am
not on
putting
board with
out
this.
my needles and thread if someone doesn't stop me.
All right, no, I'm the strongest person here, and I'm carrying the guy.
So,
No.
I didn't say you had to hold him steady. I don't care about his comfort.
So Tiber, you are kind of the deciding vote on this. I don't think Jacob can hear me. I don't know what's going on.
Oh yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, you can? Okay.
Tiber is going to look very puzzled and say, "How about we toss a coin on this?"
Rio's like, wait a second. Is this not how jokes work? Am I wrong with humor?
Yes! Yes, you are.
Well, I think the doctor is taking you seriously, which made me think that you were serious, and now we're all.
No, it sounded like a great suggestion. Keep all of his parts inside, and I mean, I got gloves on, so I don't mind. I mean, I'll burn the gloves later after I touch him. 'Cause have you seen him?
Okay, so I think so far it's a no on the sewing his mouth shut. I think the silence works just fine.
I can recast it after a short rest. We're fine.
So I think you're good on the verbal, material, and somatic components of any spells right now. So if you'd like to escort Pete and his fat ass back to the city, I think that's probably a good plan.
Yeah. Let's,
All right.
come on, Pete.
Fat shaming this
If he
poor
acts up,
necromancer.
Fat shaming.
I'll suggest that he doesn't do that.
There's no shame. There's actually plenty of shame. And Jacob is in Australia, apparently.
Oh. He's upside down.
Trying to fix that.
No, it's okay. You can just say you're in Australia.
I'm Pete.
On Pete, you bloody wankers. Alright, let me collect my thoughts here for a second. Alright, so heading back out of the marsh and through the small river ravine to get back into the non-infected lands. You guys are trying to make quick progress in order to get back to town before darkness falls. It's already quite late in the evening, so you guys are going to have to move pretty fast, which is a struggle with Pete, who for some unknown reason is wearing sandals. Like, not even slippers, he's just wearing sandals. With socks, because he's actually that awful of a human being.
We really caught him off guard.
Yeah, you did.
We abducted him.
And, after about 5 hours or so of walking, you guys are starting to get pretty tired. And if you guys would mind making me a perception roll. If you have bonuses to hearing or vision, you can roll advantage on that, but just roll it normal.
Does being able to see in the dark count its advantage?
No.
Okay.
So I don't
I'll
know if
take out my eyeglasses.
take off your eyeglasses. Okay, so a couple of you're walking along when you hear some bushes like rustle around you, and you guys are just looking around trying to figure out what the hell is happening. You think it might be a deer. Spiritus, can you just roll me a quick dexterity check? I think you're on mute as well, my friend, so.
Yeah, my mic isn't set up right
Okay.
correctly at the moment. So.
Alright, so you guys are trying to figure out what animal is about to break through the underbrush when a small wood elf kind of stumbles out, brushing off, dirt and leaves and stuff.
It's a
And
weird looking deer.
yeah, it's a very weird looking deer, and you guys are, and you, Varys, are face to face with 4 very strange looking adventurers dragging around a fat, hairy man in boxer shorts and a bathrobe. And a dirty, stained wife beater who's all tied up.
It's not what it looks like.
Either this is one Kinky Friday after. No, it's not Friday. So.
How long have you been in the woods, in that bush?
What day is it?
What are you doing here?
What
Why are you
month
following
is
us?
it?
Are
This
you
is
actually
my-
here?
Oh, what? What? Who would think I was?
Just checking.
No, I kind of pokes his arm, sees no fur, even
No
Man.
horns. That means you're a doe.
no fur. That means he's not an animal.
Push his glasses back on.
He just kind of goes, no, question mark, because he's not very smart, but he may be a deer. He doesn't know it.
I think this is an elf. I knew an elf once.
He looks, so what you got there, and why?
Oh, he's an idiot, and we're taking him.
None of your business. I put my hands over your mouth. We are definitely not getting paid or anything, so no reason to ask for money or anything.
I'm gonna. Yeah,
He's pretty believable. You don't think they're getting paid for this, so you're wondering exactly why they're dragging this ugly
Yeah.
person tied up
But
through the
I'll give
woods.
I'll give you a hot 5 gold to carry this ugly man.
You don't think? I think Pete has like a couple, at least 100, if not more, pounds on this poor wood elf. So,
Offer still stands.
but
He
you're
kinda
still gonna
looks
make that
at
offer.
He kind of looks at his slightly noodle-esque arm.
His spindly elf physique.
Yes, and he's just like, I couldn't.
All right, we'll carry this.
I wouldn't be able to carry a dwarf, let alone some. Whatever that.
Have a gnome.
may be.
Well, it's a good thing none of us are dwarves.
Or a gnome. I don't think I could carry a gnome either.
Wow.
Probably carry me.
When was the last time do you need to eat something? You famished.
Just then, his stomach conveniently starts to growl. No.
Let's stop and have lunch.
Alright, so Varys, you have been hunting for actually a few days. But for some reason, pretty much all of the large huntable game, deer, moose, whatever is in this region, are just gone completely. You found piles of chewed up bones and not much else. They've been completely devoured by what looks like a pack of large wolves, but you don't know wolves to... From what you've seen, wolves don't usually use knives.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, I was like, I don't know, because he does carry around a wolf tooth necklace.
Mm-hmm. Or the idiot necromancer killed everything by mistake. Always a possibility.
He doesn't know this. It is possible.
But anyways,
Blame everything on Pete.
yes, blame everything on Pete. It's Pete's fault there's nothing to hunt in this area. Add it to his list of crimes.
he kind of looks at me, he's like, I've been here for a couple of days, it doesn't seem that anything around here that would be edible, animal-wise, is here any longer. He can't English well.
Well, somebody's got some food, right? I didn't bring anything with me, but
Ryu pulls out some dead squirrels that have been in her pouch for a while.
oh my gosh.
Oh god.
They're properly preserved.
Unsanitary event I have been a part of, and that's saying something.
I heard a T-Rex, so I'm just gonna wait to see if it pops up on my phone when we just got.
I gifted a tier 1 sub to Jammy.
Okay.
Aw, thank you.
I mean, I'm just I'm losing money by doing this, but also creating a wild magic surge for spirit, so it's fine.
Oh, okay, so
Fair enough. Fair
can you,
enough.
Addie? Can you pull up the wild magic chart? I don't have that because I.
Oh yeah, and I'll just link it to you in
I'll make good. Oh my god. Oh jeez.
10,000 wild magic.
Oh no. This is bad. It's under 1,000. It's under 1,000. You guys.
Just eating lunch and then the meteor struck.
Exactly, that's what happened.
Rocks
What is
fall
the number?
everywhere.
163.
160.
163. Jesus Christ. Okay.
It is super low.
Uh,
I'm a bit afraid.
That may not be a bad thing.
what is memorized?
Can you just link the chart to me?
Yeah,
Yeah, thanks.
I'm gonna put it in Hangouts.
Thanks.
Memorize usually deals with spells.
Yeah, I know. You might have to reroll because it's.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me just
I was
take
gonna
a.
say, he doesn't have any spells.
Let me just take a look at this real quick here. Good. Any day now. Sorry, my laptop's just out of commission right now, so I don't have anything pulled up.
Like, certain classes have spells that
Yeah.
they know, like wizards, sorcerers. They
Yeah,
memorize.
no. It's
their
something.
spells.
The way that it's worded is different. It says that the caster has memorized discharged on him.
Alright, so that would work good for a wizard.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's-
163.
I mean, it would work for any of the subcasters besides like paladin.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't do anything. So if you just want to quickly reroll that.
Yeah, sure.
You know.
Because that's lame. Because that'd be
Lost money.
nothing happens.
There you go.
16, 19. Still super low.
16, 19.
And I'm keeping my promise. Oh.
I think she got her money's worth.
So as you're sitting there eating, I don't know, dead squirrel, you gradually start to shrink by about a tenth of your size.
A 10.
So 10% of your height is gone.
Okay, so he's 5'6" now.
Yeah. And even, yeah, just generally smaller than before. That's great. I like that.
Did you just get shorter?
Did the squirrel do that?
affecting me.
Yes.
Yes? Question mark?
Well, now he doesn't need to eat as much.
No, it's
Upside.
upsides on that one. Oh dear.
It
Okay.
means I can hide that.
Okay.
Creed,
Other-
going home.
other than
You're
this-
causing weird shit to happen.
This is too weird. I'm out. So aside from the shrinking squirrel stew, if any of you would like to possibly try to ponder the meaning of what pretty much everything that would be edible gone, canine style jaws, and uses sharp implements as to what's
So-
happening in the forest.
An insight or a nature or what?
An insight or a nature, or yes, insight or nature if you'd like to make those.
No. I am not hitting level tonight.
Sorry, it makes things funnier.
So Val, Jacob, and Jammy. That sounds weirdly like gnolls. Except most of you know that gnolls usually do, war bands, and you don't see any giant plumes of fire, and you don't hear screaming, and the army has been mobilized to wipe them out, because gnolls kind of reproduce kind of like zombies, as really weird. But yeah, that sounds like Knowles. Maybe you should get back to town and tell people about this.
How far are we from the town?
After lunch.
If you keep walking as it gets dark, you're probably about 3 to 4 hours hike away.
You really got food on the brain. Did you see what it did to me?
I mean, you look fine. You did great.
I'm also 6 inches shorter.
I mean, I wasn't actually measuring what your height was, so I wouldn't have noticed unless you said something.
I noticed because we're sharing a squirrel.
If I knew this situation, I would probably blame it on a fat man, but, you know, I don't know the situation at all.
I mean, you can
ahead,
still
blame
blame
it
it
on
on the
that
fat
man.
guy. It's fine.
It's still okay.
What do you know
Yeah.
about Knowles, Pete?
I think he's still silenced.
I don't want to ask him an hour.
Why are you talking?
So,
Oh, it only lasts an hour, so he's not
Yeah.
silenced. He's like, Knowles, I don't know, fucking little dingo bastards. They eat shit. They break stuff, and then I don't know. It's really creepy how they make more Knowles. I mean, like they just kind of pack stuff inside, dead bodies, and then more Knowles. Creepy. Ugh. It's gross.
I don't want to.
This
Why does he know this?
this person sounds familiar.
Oh yeah,
It's
I
like
know
someone
this because I read in one of my books about Knowles making undead Knowles instead of making fresh Knowles, so they could have twice as many Knowles.
so I think the way you make fresh knolls is that there's a mama knoll and a daddy knoll, and they do this.
You'd think, but you'd be wrong.
Oh, how do you make fresh knolls then?
You to make fresh Knowles, so the daddy Knoll finds a piece of dead thing, and then gets, all up in it, and then gross
All
stuff
right, silence
happens.
him again. I'm done.
They're shoving
And
their
then
cracking.
you silence him, but he's just
Never
still
heard of a
just
form of
making
appropriation.
he's still just
this
making
before.
all these sort of motions, and you're really quite glad it's silenced.
I would like to point out again that permanently silencing him is still an option. And I think at this point we can all accept it is better for the world at large.
We'll be back.
Draws a dagger. I'm willing to I don't know, do something about that.
No, all right. I'll fix it. Okay. Pete, I need you to shut up for 8 hours.
For 8
Exactly.
hours.
Yeah, he needs to make a wisdom save. What is this?
Yes, wisdom.
Yep, that's right. Wisdom save.
Alright, wisdom save. What's the DC at?
13.
13? No, one second. That was terrible. He makes it.
Oh crap. Well, oh well. Cut out his tongue if you want to. I tried.
Hey! Gave it the old college try.
Yeah, I just wanna.
You just wanted to try that. It was a good attempt. There was a noble attempt at that.
I didn't want to use it on Pete, but I was like, well, I don't want to get less money if his tongue gets cut out.
Yeah, that's true. Because they might need to question him.
Yeah, and ask him why everything's dying.
Does anyone have any gorilla glue?
Let me check my bag. No.
I
no.
don't have any universal solvent. No.
Universities.
Because we could just glue his lips shut, and then, eventually they'll just wear out.
I know that when I was being, not arrested, but they would just stick dirty cloth in my mouth, and I remember thinking it was very uncivilized.
You could always gag him. That's always an option.
I mean, I prefer removing his tongue, to prevent future attempts to talk.
Varys will just shrug, and the dagger that he already has, he'll walk over to Pete and start cutting his shirt into pieces just to shove them into his mouth
Alright, so you successfully gag Pete
with his own dirty wife beater.
with his own dirty wife beater, which is just awful. It smells. It reeks.
I'm not really a fan of torture, so even I think putting his clothes in his mouth is a bit extreme.
And I think the worst part about this is now Pete can't smoke, so he's just going to be even more miserable.
Suddenly I feel better again.
I mean, but there's a certain amount of misery coming with the fact that he's got something absolutely. God, I don't even want to imagine probably the dusty, musty crustiness of this thing. Just going straight into his mouth.
Ah, that worked.
Okay,
Going? Are we done eating squirrel? Like, do we want to wait and say hi to Knowles? Like,
yeah, do you guys want to make camp or try and make it back to the city in time?
Let's not.
No, it's not. What?
Let's not meet Knowles.
Let's not meet Knowles.
Let's go back to the city. I think we need to keep moving. I can see in the dark. Can y'all see in the
Yeah,
dark?
I can see in the dark just fine.
So 2 of you have dark vision, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have dark vision.
3 of you have dark vision.
Four.
I have-
Only Dr. Victor.
No, I have dark vision.
Oh, okay.
Everybody has dark vision?
Yeah.
I have superior dark
I mean,
vision.
it still like looks. We can only see so far, and it's like dim.
I
Like,
can see 120 feet, actually.
better than
You can
nothing.
see double.
Okay, so I guess Pete's the only one without dark vision. So
But
sucks.
he's being carried.
So sucks for Pete, I guess. So anyways, you guys are figure it's probably best to try and make it to town, seeing as there may be gnolls in the area. One sec here, guys.
I'm tempted to stick my work with actual dye instead of digital dye.
Okay, so that means. Oh, alright. So you guys are pretty on alert the rest of the way there, and the worst part is when a rabbit actually like jumps out of the bush and y'all kind of, some of you may or may not scream girlishly.
Can I
Five.
punch the rabbit?
Firebolt.
Val? Val, your character screams girlishly. Shrieks, rather.
Why?
Because a rabbit jumped out and ran in front of them in the dark, and it startled you.
Okay, but my character doesn't scream.
I didn't say scream. I said shrieked in a manly fashion.
Okay,
In a
it scared me, so I'm gonna punch it.
You try and punch it.
Yeah.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Like, I mean, if something is gonna jump out at me, I'm going to punch it.
Okay, please make an attack roll. So this rabbit jumps out of the bush, and you kind of shriek in a non-emasculating fashion, and punch and vaporize this goddamn rabbit.
And I just look at everybody else who's probably staring at me, and I was like, "What? You shouldn't jump out of the well, that's wrong. That's how you die."
Bear for shrug, and then collect the rabbit.
There's like the hind legs and like the head and everything else in the middle is just like pancaked.
Free food is free food.
You have rabbit haunches, I guess, to eat, so there's that.
Yo,
All right.
I need some luck. He takes the.
So you guys actually end up making it to the gates of the city, luckily enough, without any further incident. And it takes a bit of convincing to let the guards get you inside at this night. due to city curfew, but you manage to talk your way past and get inside and head back to the mercenary building where your contract is. Unfortunately, it's closed, so you guys are going to have to find somewhere to spend the night with Pete.
I'm just gonna go to the top of a tree and I'm going to sleep in the tree.
So you just find the tree and you're like, alright guys, see you tomorrow.
See you in the morning, guys.
Bears would have done pretty much the same.
Yeah. Alright, so you find another tree and you're like, alright guys, later.
Yep.
So
That's pretty
Dr.
much how it
Price,
goes.
Teever, and Yulesh, you are stuck with Pete.
Jeez. Well, I guess let's go to the tavern or the inn
Yeah.
or both.
You find
Oh
it.
wait, we're going to a tavern?
You're going to
No, you're in the tree.
you're in a tree.
Doesn't mean I can't hear.
Come on.
I think you guys are like a tavern more. I don't think you're going into a tavern, more of an inn, just to find a place to sleep for the night. Yeah,
That works.
or just,
He doesn't-
Go to a tavern.
or just kill time, stay up, and drink.
He
Really
doesn't
your
know these
call.
people and he's like that social. He'll stay in the tree.
Pete's just like, yeah. Well, if you're asking me, I reckon we should probably go to the tavern instead of an inn. Sounds way more fun.
Well, then that decides it. We're going to the inn.
And stick the claw back into Pete's mouth so he can.
You don't know how he ungagged himself. You think he actually ate part of his shirt.
I'm just taking a rag out of mine.
And he somehow lit himself another cigarette in that as well. Despite being tied up. This guy is awful.
How?
Just
He
how?
must.
And Jacob, yes, Tiber can. So you put out the cigarette and gag him up again and drag him off to an inn to find a place to stay for the night. I mean,
How much will that run us?
They charge extra for holding prisoners, so 1 gold a night for all of you, like all together.
Okay.
What do we get?
Hmm?
What do we have?
I would.
Nothing.
I heard gold.
You just have to pay 1 gold to stay at the end.
Oh, it's fine. I'm in a tree.
Yeah, you're in a tree. You don't have to pay anything.
All right, I'll pay the gold.
Uh,
I like comfort.
So yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just like kind of skipping through most of this. I just want to make sure that we have enough time for fun stuff for tonight's session. So again, a pretty uneventful night, other than Pete getting off his gag a couple more times and trying to tell you jokes, like really gross ones, or just chain smoking. Again, even though he's tied up, you still have no idea how he's managing to even light his smokes or where he's keeping them, because you've searched him a few times and he doesn't have any smokes on him. Dark, evil, necromantic magic, you assume. Anyways, it takes far, far, far too long for morning to come, and you can finally get back to go see Tyr about getting rid of this asshole. So, you drag Pete and his stench with you back to the mercenary manor, as it's called. And Tyr's just kind of sitting at his desk, drinking something hot, and looking very tired.
Does he look like he's caught on fire anytime lately? Soon? Again?
Not again! But
That was
strangely
fun.
enough, you passed a guy in the street who's just standing there with his mouth stuck open. That happened, and you're not quite sure why. You swear you've seen him for a few times too.
And his mouth is just hanging
His
open?
mouth is just open, hanging open, like
Okay.
he's screaming. But
As they're like, I guess, as they're sort of going in the morning. He's just like Why has no one dumped this person into the river?
Oh, that's not what we were paid to do.
Pete?
I mean, you know, it might help with some of the ungodly smell.
Oh, you mean like give him a bath?
And Tyr Camus kind of looks up from his desk and is like, why'd you bring me some guy's uncle?
This is the
Yeah.
necromancer.
Yeah.
Ah, ha, ha,
It sounds funny to
ha,
say.
ha. Okay.
No, really, he made the flesh golem. It was his friend Jerry.
Yep.
We killed
Oh,
that
Pete.
though.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
No, guys, seriously.
I mean,
And we take the gag out. Tell this nice man how great and powerful you really are.
And Pete's just looking around and is like, these guys just took me from my house last night. I have no idea what's going on.
I am going to shocking grasp him and tell him to
And then you basically just tase him.
do.
And
Oh my
Pete's
God.
just like, see, these guys are bloody monsters. They're trying to kill me. I didn't do nothing. I was just waiting for Jerry to bring me my groceries. And they dragged me out of home.
And what was Jerry again?
Oh, Jerry was me mate. I sent him for groceries and packed me
What
up a
did he
couple
look
smokes. Oh, he's about yay tall. Doesn't really talk much. Yeah, it's Jerry. Has
Arms
feet
on
on
back,
backwards.
The flesh. And I look at Tyr and I was like, flesh golem. The guy who ripped the guy's arm off.
Oh, Lefty. That's what we're calling him now. Don't tell him.
Lefty.
No, like this is a funny joke and all, but I sent you guys on a serious mission.
And though it loads me to tell you this, he is responsible for that abomination.
Okay,
He's
so
worked
he made a flesh
abomination
golem.
ever since.
Does that make him a quote unquote necromancer?
I show some of the books we brought from. He had these on him.
So Tyr kind of goes to the books and like shows you guys a couple of pages where it looks like Pete has like taken the figures, like the anatomical figures, and drawn like boobs and dicks on them. Like with a pen. And like one of them smoking something and
well,
this guy is truly just an awful human being. It makes sense he's a necromancer.
And not a very good one.
Not a very good one. He actually is a very good one, which kills Dr. Price a little bit inside.
I can maybe this will work. I'll cast Charm Person on Pete and try and convince him to confess his crimes.
Okay.
Let's see. The Wisdom save, DC 13. Come on.
Don't we have some nat ones left?
Oh,
You
there's
guys-
always not an hour.
You guys have 9.
I'll
9 nat ones left.
If I need to.
But you don't need to for that one because he failed. And Pete's just like, well, yeah, I guess I kind of built Jerry. He was a good mate. A little bit of anger problems, but, you know, he was a good bloke. And then I got drunk a couple nights, tried some of the other stuff in the book, spilled some stuff down the sink, which apparently made some rats go weird. But I mean, like, I didn't really do not that much, you know? Like, it's not like I was going out there digging up graveyards and setting holds of skeletons to rend the flesh of the living and all that nonsense. That's way too much work for me.
Oh, but that does remind me that we saw evidence of gnolls out there.
And
But
Tyr's just
that's
like,
for later.
and Tyr's just like, so, wait, hold on. This guy made those giant monster rats
Mm-hmm.
because he knocked some stuff down a sink.
Mm-hmm.
He also built a 9-foot tall flesh monstrosity that he called Jerry and sent him to get groceries.
Yeah.
He can also cast summon cigarettes.
I'm not sure if we should kill this guy because he's an idiot or kill him because he's committed, like, heinous necromantic crimes.
I am fine with the idiot.
Man,
Well,
I'm leaning a
we're
lot
not
more
actually
towards the
here
first
to
one.
enact the law. We just caught him, so here he is.
Here he is. We want our money.
I
And
didn't want to say it, but yeah.
like, and now it's your problem. Do you have another job for us?
Okay, you guys said something about Knowles, right?
Yep.
That's pretty important. I don't have a contract drafted up, but the kingdom usually has a retainer set out for such issues. So, you know, if you find them, just try not to fight them because they'll just eat you.
Well, we're not gonna go actively looking for them if no one pays for it.
Well, like I said, the kingdom has a retainer for this sort of stuff. So if you do find them and kill them, you bring back ears or whatever, and they'll pay you pretty well.
How much?
I think it's like 10 or 20 per year.
I hope it's 20.
Well, I think it's negotiable depending on, like, how tough they were, you know? Because sometimes you get, like, really weak bands that are just leftovers. Sometimes you get the war bands and you get the tough ones, but we can negotiate the price on return. But it's pretty important, so it does pay pretty well. I mean, even 10 per year is good for those weaklings.
I mean, is there anything else? Like, I'm just saying, did you have anything that wasn't null related that there are contracts for us? And if we happen to run across nulls, we can also collect on that?
Well, I mean, here in the city, there's still that haunting issue that was going on. Hasn't been resolved yet.
So we cleared that one up too then.
The haunting?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Pete was responsible for it somehow.
No, the haunting is happening here in the city.
I still blame Pete.
And I think it's still, like, last I heard, it's still happening.
Come on, Pete, confess.
Pete's is like, I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about. I made Jerry, and I did some other stuff when I was drunk, but I ain't done nothing with ghosts and goblins and that shit.
Well, haunting or good Knowles?
And Tyr's just kind of looking through his books here. He's like, I mean, don't really have much other on my list here. There's, my chest is a mimic. He's an idiot. The ghost of my dead granny is haunting my stables. You're drunk. There's a Tarask in my backyard. You're an idiot. I think this tree is a treant. You're drunk. Trolls.
I think you would need more to be more drunk, more
Wait.
than just to think.
So why don't we just do the pest control? Apparently this person has something in their backyard. We should go take care of that.
Wait, the pest control one?
Yeah.
He said there was a Taresk.
Rio doesn't know what that is. She's just like, oh, like, let's go do the pest control.
And,
Does Tibber know what that is?
you should all know what a Taresk is because it's like... It's like basically... Yeah, it's end of the world kind of thing. Like, it's very common knowledge what a Taresk is because if a Taresk shows up, it just destroys everything and civilizations fall because of that.
Was that person high, drunk, or are they just really that
They're just really that stupid.
Oh.
go figures?
But if the contract was paying well, then idiots don't usually have money for long.
Yeah, we just gonna say
he was
that we
paying-
actually
he was
took care of
paying-
it, and it's gone.
His payment was 1 gold, 30 copper.
Not
That's a
worth
lot of
much.
money.
Okay, what was the ghost thing again?
How much for the haunting?
Well, there's the person who says that his dead grandma's haunting his stable. I know the guy, he's a drunk. And then some person was talking about, there's been a lot of weird happenings in their farm just outside the city gates. He's trying to look for the contract. Weird sounds in the house. Cow's milk spoiled. Stuff going missing. Kids acting weird.
Which one pays more?
Well, obviously the no one pays more. This one's 5 gold if you resolve it.
I think the DM really wants us to go fight Knowles for some reason.
Yeah, I'm getting that feeling too. It feels like some divine intervention that he keeps mentioning Knowles.
And I can study null bodies. Ghosts don't have anything to,
Ectoplasm.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there has been not ectoplasm, but the person who signed the contract said there's some sort of weird oily substance that disappears not too long after something weird happens. So, there's that. I don't know. Doesn't really sound like...
That sounds right up the doctor's alley.
Doesn't sound like a ghost, but it's kind of acting like what a ghost does. So, it's a weird one for sure.
Okay, that is slightly more interesting. And anything after dealing with Pete the Necromancer is going to be a godsend.
Let's not talk about gods. They kind of suck.
I haven't really gotten along with most people who care about them. They're usually the first ones to get the pitchforks.
Speaking of Pete, are we gonna get paid?
Yeah, payment. Sorry. What did I say the payment was for that again? I think it was like
100 gold each.
100 gold each. That's the one. So Camus grudgingly, goes to open up his safe and hand over the money.
This is literally the most money I've ever seen in my entire
Yeah.
life.
We're rich.
Oh, I guess I don't have to take jobs anymore. I have enough money to live forever now.
That'll last you like a month.
Doing what? Who spends that much money?
Well, you need supplies. You need, research material.
I'm not
You
researching
need to
anything.
run away from mobs.
I get away from mobs pretty easily.
I
mean-
get 100.
Therapy for the touching thing.
You're gonna need some therapy for dealing with Pete for sure.
Oh yes, and if you think I have, a horrible person, you should see the ones that say they can help you with mental problems.
There's like this almost like dog-like head tilt to everything that you guys are saying. You want to go for a walk? Like she just does
Walk?
not
You wanna go for a walk?
understand these concepts.
You wanna do a walk? Go to the park?
I'm counting my gold and ignoring everyone.
What are
But
you
we can
gonna
go-
get?
I don't even think Bears gets any gold because he wasn't a part of.
No, you don't get any gold.
He'll
You didn't sign the contract. You just showed up here.
Oh, this is our dragonborn friend. He got his polymorphs into a wood elf.
Yep, it's true.
Yeah, Camus not buying that one.
All right, I tried.
He has the
What?
innate spellcasting power, see through bullshit.
I mean, even my ears for deceit are just like blaring it. What?
Hey, I am a very good liar. Okay.
Not that good.
I'm an inquisitive rogue. He has ears for deceit.
Cheers. Camus just like, hey, 1 second. He pulls out the haunting contract and a second one, and kind of like walks over to a map and draws like 2 circles on there. That's not right. Maybe the gnolls can wait, you guys.
Oh,
Yeah. So I got the contract for the oily secretions and stuff missing, cow's milk souring. That's on this farm, just right off the outside the castle. Outside the city walls. The neighboring house inside the city walls, a person's gone missing. And again, there was some, not oil, but slime found there. And then, pulls out another contract, circles a house, like, just up the street. Something weird, that was this one. What happened here? Again, a bunch of other stuff went missing there. Nothing else found, just stuff missing. Oh, maybe you guys should check this one out. I'd say go with the haunting one.
I'm down. I'm down for whatever.
Or check out
It's
the
probably
missing
just
one.
Some, thieving urchins or something. That'll be easy to deal with.
Yeah, maybe it's like, listen, if it's just thieving urchins, you figure out what's going on, you get 3 contracts for the price of 1. That'll net you about 25, 30 a piece. Plus, apparently, there's,
okay, cool.
apparently one of these contracts has some sort of family heirloom they want to give away as part of a reward. I don't know. Something.
That seems like a very odd thing to put in a reward, but
Well, it's for the guy who went missing. It was, he's apparently not going to be using it anymore. What if the ghost of a Tarasaur? It could be. Could be the ghost of a Tarasaur.
So, are we gonna go do something? If not, I'm gonna go to the next town and see if there's something to do over there. Like-
So, again, you guys, Knowles or investigate this haunting.
I'm good with investigation.
Yeah, haunting.
Haunting?
Mhm.
I think it is. Yeah.
Alright, so you guys sign on the contract for the haunting and find yourself just heading out the city gates after, getting rid of Pete for good.
Just
So you
standing
hope.
over.
Yeah,
So you hope.
I mean, if he
Sounds
was any
complete.
dumber, he probably would have gone at the Knowles head first.
I think, though, some of you have a feeling that you haven't seen the last of Pete.
Probably not. We'll
Never
all
gonna have to deal with him again.
we'll all have nightmares about his constant chain smoking and the fact that some of us have asthma.
Alright, so after a while, it doesn't take you long to get outside the city walls, walk around to this small farm. A small dairy farm, there's a few cows in pasture, a couple vegetables growing in a garden, and there's a middle-aged woman tending the fields. And she sees you all approaching and kind of looks at you puzzledly. Can I help you?
We're looking for a missing guy. What was his name?
Missing guy? Oh, you mean Chet from inside the walls? No, that's not what I sent a contract. You're here for a contract, right?
Oh, you got
You
slimy walls?
had the bad milk.
Yeah, my cows have been getting startled by something recently. It's souring the milk. A few odds and ends here keep going missing, and my boy says he's made a new friend who keeps showing up, but I don't know what's going
Is
on.
his friend about 9 feet tall and have his arms on backwards?
No, that was his feet.
No, that's why I'm double checking. We might have already solved this.
No, he says his friend is about, usually motions to about 2 feet tall.
Okay, this one probably isn't Pete, but I'm not gonna rule that out.
I look at Tibber. It's like, are you the kid's friend?
What are you implying?
I'm implying that you socialize well with children.
Why? Because I'm short?
No, it's because of your friendly demeanor.
Oh, thank you. But
And
no,
the
You're
that
fact
wasn't
that I
a
don't have to look up to see you.
If anything else keeps happening, I might have to look up.
Anyways, my name is Elise. She kind of goes to do a little curtsy in her dirty dress. My boy Frederick, he's the one who says he's made friends with whatever has been causing all the trouble, if you would like to talk to him.
Okay.
Yeah, let's talk to the boy, I guess.
So she motions for you all to follow her inside her small house. And there's a young boy sitting on the floor playing with toy soldiers. And he kind of looks up at you, like, pretty scared, because some of you don't look quite intimidating. And Elise kind of, like, goes down and is like, Frederick, these nice people here are here to help with the cows. You know how they've been having been scared lately. Why don't you tell them about your friend?
You want to take the lead on this? Somebody else?
Anyone else?
So Rio is gonna like go and like sit on the floor with this child. Hello, child, and pats its face. Tell us about your friend.
So Frederick kind of looks at you like you're really weird.
He's correct.
Extremely.
Well, his name's Og.
Oh,
He comes to the wall.
he's in the wall. Where in the wall?
No, he's not in the wall. Are you stupid, lady? He comes through.
Probably.
He comes through the wall.
Oh, does he come through in the same place?
No,
You know, he comes through different places through the wall.
he just picks a part of the wall he wants to walk through.
Where was the last part of the wall that he walked out of?
He kind of points underneath a table at a patch of wall. He's like, he came out of there the other night.
I wave at my companions to go investigate the spot on the wall.
I will go take a look at that part of the wall.
What does your wall friend Ogre Gore look like?
Og? His name's Og.
Yes, Og. What does Og look like?
Well, he's a little bit shorter than I am. And he's gray. And he's kind of... I don't know. He
You
says
look like
he's...
that guy, and I point at Tibber, who is a tiny gray gnome.
Well, I think Og is a little bit uglier, but not by much.
Okay.
Ouch. Bird.
Oof. Hey! And he's always, making a mess. But he cleans it up.
Is the mess?
Well, he cleans it up.
Oh.
What do you mean when you say he makes a mess? Like, does he get your toys out, or does he
Does
spill
he
milk
defecate
everywhere?
on anything?
Well, I don't know. I guess he spills stuff because there's always, like, this weird oil around. But then he comes back and cleans it up later.
When did you see him last?
Well,
The night before last is when he was here. He came, he points to the safe spot on the wall. He came through there, like I said.
Does he come all the time?
Whenever he wants to. I think his mom tells him what to do a lot, so he's usually pretty busy.
Oh, he has a mom?
Well, that's what he said.
Does-
Did
what
he
do
talk
you know
to you
about
lots?
his mom?
Sometimes. He comes in here when he needs to get something.
What does
Yep.
he get, usually?
I don't know. Stuff?
What kind of stuff?
Stuff.
What kind of stuff?
Just stuff.
Does he get, like, food or clothes or
No,
or-
like he gets...
souls or...
Sometimes
Can we
Chinese...
ask? Can we ask his mom what's been missing?
Yeah. And
What's
she says like a couple herbs, some semi-valuable stones that she collected, a lot of knickknacks, and you kind of can recognize it as a lot of somatic components, or not somatic, material components for spells.
Does the description of this thing sound like anything I might have seen or read about?
I need you to roll me a Arcana check, please. It's gonna be a tough one.
Do it.
It sounds like some sort of fey creature, but other than that, you have no idea.
Well, we could. My
Tiber
idea is-
apparently
Oh,
knows
God.
what it is. Tiber, this, you're not quite sure of the name of the creature, but you know it's a small fey, and it usually leaves oil for a short time around where it's been. And while they're generally harmless, they are, like most fey, pranksters and tricksters. But you know that they rarely work for other things unless they happen to be powerful otherworldly creatures, or if they work for something in this world, it's usually something nasty.
Can I ask the boy if Og's mother has a name?
Well, Frederick tells you that he's never mentioned it or asked,
Okay.
because he doesn't know his mom's name. She's just mom to him.
Maybe we have a stakeout, old-fashioned stakeout.
An old-fashioned stakeout.
You know,
So we're gonna all pile into one car. Gotcha.
So, as you
Someone
guys are
Right?
discussing staking out the place, you hear essentially plates fall in the kitchen, which is strange because all of you are not in the kitchen.
I'm heading to the kitchen.
I'm behind you.
I'm
with
gonna
a
head
hammer.
out. I'm gonna head outside,
You head outside.
the other side of the kitchen, essentially.
Okay, so
Ferris is gonna stay where he's with them.
as some of you run into the kitchen, you see a bunch of plates broken on the ground, and there's a small oil slick leading towards the kitchen wall. And then a small patch on the wall about 2.5, 3 feet tall of this strange slick oil. Yeah. Tiber, you run around to the outside of the kitchen where the kitchen is, and there's nothing, just a couple cows that walk up and kind of headbutt you curiously, making it very difficult to work. But other than that, you don't see anything.
Well, the stakeout's not gonna work because I think it hurt us.
You think it heard you, but
Oh,
now you have definitive proof that the boy was telling the truth. And you also have the physical evidence of what it was.
Yeah, I'll scrape some of that goop off the wall and pour out the ink in my bottle and put the goop in there instead.
Okay?
Say, now I got some goop, and what do we do with it? I'm looking at you, Doctor.
Well,
I-
you could always try tasting the goop to see if it has any sort of adverse effect.
Be my guest.
I am really more of the one who treats you afterwards.
Well, we can get Tipper to do it. Doesn't he usually taste things?
Oh yeah, he's the guy who tastes stuff, right?
Yeah, that's what he does.
I'm gonna walk back in and tell them what I think kind of creature this is. 'Cause I
Timber,
have-
lick
I
the
have a
wall,
shit list.
please.
cut you off mid-sentence.
You lick the wall.
I'll lick the wall. But you gotta promise to help me if it kills me. If I go down.
I will do my best to save your life.
Okay. I will taste the goop in my bottle. I'm not actually gonna lick the wall.
Okay, it's
Oh my god.
it's really gross. It tastes kind of like swamp water.
Okay. Okay.
It's all at once oily and sticky, and it just tastes awful.
It's good. Try it.
Wait.
It's great.
I want to cast delusion on him, and like as soon as he takes a sip, I want to just make everything around him go black, like he's gone blind or something like that.
I can't see. Oh god.
Oh god!
I'm taking notes. Went blind after ingesting.
It made me blind. I fall to the ground, start crying. I'm never gonna
Wait.
I
I need you to also please make a do we have fortitude anymore? One second, I can't remember.
It would be a
Constitution save, yes. Just make me a con roll, please, on that one.
Not bad.
Okay, so you managed not to vomit everywhere, but it's still pretty gross.
And I will
I-
take the sample into a bottle for myself.
I'll walk over to him and say like there, and at the same time dismiss the delusion.
Okay, so now you can see again.
Oh, you healed me. Thank you, little strange man. I knew we were keeping you around for something. What were you
You're
doing,
welcome.
Doctor? You're just standing there watching me go blind.
I said I would save your life.
Not my eyes. Sorry. I'll be more specific.
Okay, so
Uh,
as it stands right now, the information that you have is that there's a small fey creature that leaves an oily trail. It's working at the behest of someone or something else, either a more powerful fey or some creature from this plane of existence.
So, and I look at my companions. How do we track Faye?
Maybe we leave it something to eat and wait and just see if it comes out the wall again.
well, maybe the
Blast
doctor
it.
has some material components it will want.
Could if you knew what spells it was searching for. But you haven't quite puzzled that out yet. There is also the house back inside the city walls, where the person went missing.
Yes, we should definitely go and talk to more than just one small child.
Okay, yeah,
Even though that
probably.
small child turned out to be smarter than many of you.
He was smarter than Pete.
Like, wait a minute. Frederick, is it? Have you tried licking the goop?
Frederick kind of looks up to you and goes, "No, mister, are you stupid?"
Okay, good to know. Frederick, you have a bright future. You can call it to grow older, and you can be my apprentice.
Thanks.
All right, let's before we get all mopey or all choked up over how awesome you are, Doctor. Let's go check out this missing person and
Yeah.
see if they're related.
Okay.
Oh, we are.
So, traveling back inside the city walls, basically the house just opposite of the one on the outside is a small dwelling that's been closed up as the person who resides in there has been missing for a few days now. His sister was the one who reported him missing, and she lets you in, but she's basically inconsolable at this point because, her brother's been disappeared without a trace really for a few days. And she's
They're there.
she's just a
They're
wreck.
There.
Okay,
Just pat her on the face. It'll be okay.
Pat her on the face.
we
That's what
should actually go and
Cozy
look for
writes.
things. Because that will be more of help to her.
Okay, Ryu's gonna go inside and start looking for things.
Where are we at the lady? Is his sister at the houses, or is she next door, or where she live?
The sister lives just down the street, and she's the one who's letting you into the house right now.
Okay.
So she's there with us. Cool. Yeah, I would ask her if she has any information that could help us find her brother.
She, between sobbing, she basically just says that, like, she saw him the night before he disappeared, and he was supposed to meet her the next morning, but never showed up.
Interesting.
So sometime between the evening and the morning, a few days previous, he just vanished.
Well,
Did he
we're
have
gonna
any
find him.
outstanding debts?
No, he was like, according to his sister and several other people you talked to, the missing man, Chet, he was a upstanding person, if a little eccentric. He was known to be a collector of odd baubles and stuff. But other than that, was just relatively boring as a person. Worked in the
That
market.
describes me to a T. And
Um,
people often want me to disappear. Interesting.
Sister's name?
His sister's name is Frances.
I'm just kind of taking a few notes. So
Yeah.
when we come back, if we don't wrap it up this week, we'll have some reference.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Francis. Thank you. Thanks, Francis.
And she nods and like walks off sobbing still. Okay, so if you'd like to investigate Chet's house now.
Yes.
You
Yes.
bet.
Absolutely. So if anyone who'd like to investigate, roll investigation.
Or
Dr.
Okay.
Price, you're like, yes, a house.
um,
I'll try. We can all help here.
You're actually doing the best right now.
Split up, gang. Let's look for clues.
I'm apparently very concerned that someone is going to make me banished because I am a boring man who collects balls.
So right now, Varys and Victor are both standing like in the foyer of the house, both nodding sagely, being like, yes, something happened here in this house. The rest of you do split up, gang. And you find that, unlike the previous house, in the basement, actually, there is still evidence. There's a tarry, goopy substance along the floor,
An
and
Atari, does it have Pong?
That's what I thought he said too.
a tarry, as in
Space
a
Invader.
thick, viscous black substance on the floor,
Okay, quick
and
example of that.
strange shadows still remaining where they shouldn't in the basement as well.
Jinkies.
Jankies!
Guys, get down here.
Zoinks! Like, whoa, Scoob! Let's get out of here! Rubber Shaggy! Okay.
has the intelligence. Might as well play it off. He did get called a deer earlier too, so why not? No, he's not a deer. He's a dog.
Okay.
Ruh,
Exactly.
Raggy.
Imagine I'm playing as Ajax.
Yes.
Anyway.
Does that mean T-Bruce Scrappy Doo?
Oh,
Anyways, God, let's avoid talking about Scrappy Doo so I don't kill myself.
But first movie,
Fair
man.
oh my
Anyway.
god, we're the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo right now,
Yeah,
aren't we?
yeah, pretty much.
I want to compare the
They
goop.
did get all
to
their
the goop
jobs
in the
from
bottle.
Victor Price.
So I
Don't
think
mince it.
Jamie's comparing goo.
Mhm. The comparison of the goo, it's completely different. Like the other stuff is more of an oil, right? It can run around a little bit. It's got less body to it. This one is basically almost like a paste, right? It looks like almost asphalt. It's
I'm
really
not tasting this one.
yeah.
not
I
doing it.
wouldn't either. It's
I poke it with a stick.
and it smells of the other. The oily substance doesn't really smell, which is weird because it almost has like an absence of smell around it. This one smells of rotten. It's like a. That's what I'm looking for. It smells of decay, like rot and decay and stagnant water and sulfur and just.
Does anybody have a shovel?
No.
Nobody brought a shovel.
No.
Can I look around this basement? Is there a shovel around?
There is.
Awesome. I'm going to move some of the earth where this thing is and just see if there's anything, like how deep it goes or if there's anything under it.
You kind of dig around a little bit, and the tar is really only on the like real upper layer.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit underneath the dirt, though, you find a finger, like a human finger
Okay.
that looks like it's been bitten off.
My suspicions have been confirmed. A finger did it.
Did somebody plant a fingerling potato?
Ugh.
Oh, ooh.
Okay, next we're going to need someone who can cast a resurrection spell and grow a new body out of this finger.
I don't think that's how they work, but
There's at least one spell that I'm sure could regrow a body, but okay, we don't have that.
I think that's a wish spell. So,
We can worry about that when we're level, 15 or 16 or something.
but Dr. Price, this is actually right up your alley. If you'd like to roll a medicine on this one.
Yes, I was wondering if there was something. Finally!
I'm gonna get some water.
Okay,
Something-
so you can tell that instead of the finger being bitten off and spit out that way, it's kind of the opposite. Like something was reaching out of the mouth when the finger was bit off. As in, something ate the entire body, and something was trying to get out before it got bit off. And something just happened. Let's give it a sec to show up here. I heard a T-Rex noise.
It was Vig!
You back.
Uh-oh.
Vigilante J, where would you like your wild magic surge to go to?
Oh god, it's Vidge.
Oh man, I don't know. My mind just goes like every time that happens, my mind goes, "Hit me with your best shot, fire away." Oh God, I'm a glutton for punishment. That's maybe why I'm cursed.
All right, we'll keep going until I get to the response from Vigilante J on that one. Thank you
Yeah.
very much for
Oh
the
my God, how
subscription.
somebody ate this man in one bite. but
Vig
left the
just
finger.
told me that Spirit gets it.
Spirit gets it.
Yes.
Well, that's what I get for horrible singing. All right, why not?
All right, if you'd like to roll that wild magic chart again, please.
7, 9. What is with all of my rolls? Like, all of them have been distinctly low today.
Right?
It is insane at this point.
Oh no.
Why? Oh boy.
You've suddenly grown a deep disgust and distaste and aversion to clothing. You don't understand why people wear these awful, constrictive, itchy things.
Well, you hear a curse infernal as he strips of his leather armor.
What's he doing?
The wood elf
He
seems to
did.
be
I
getting.
understand that it's not that hot. It's not that. I mean,
The wood elf seems to be getting more in touch with nature. If you get my drift.
It's hotter in here now, if you know what I mean. Let's
All
focus
right.
on the what did you learn about the finger?
That-
I'm distracted by this.
Like trying not to.
Something ate him. As in, like, ate all of him, but this.
In like one go.
Yes.
Do I know
And
of
this
anything?
wound up underground, which makes me think maybe it came from underground and ate him.
Maybe.
I can't spell it, but apparently I've turned into Kyrie.
What else makes goop?
I
Well,
saw
it
a
wasn't.
movie about this once.
It wasn't a
There
graboid.
was these giant worms and a guy named Kevin Bacon.
Bacon.
Wait, Dirty Dancing?
We're gonna need very big guns.
I don't know if any of you would know about what these are. Is the thing.
I'd like to think I am a well-educated person.
Well, this will be a hard Arcana check. If you guys would like to try and figure it out.
Trained. I'll try it.
Okay,
Come on.
Yeah, sure.
I am trained.
I've had one good roll all night.
We're all
What?
proficient in it, and they're like,
Wait, there's a such thing as good rolling? I have no clue what that is.
You can always try.
I mean, I'm not proficient or trained in Arcana, but I can try, sure, with my dumbness. See, I know nothing. I think rocks are magical.
You were pretty sure the dirt ate him. Tiber, you have a suspicion that this isn't another fey creature. This is the work of some sort of large monstrosity. But you're getting kind of an inkling that these two incidents are related. And you're getting a bad feeling because you think that a hag might be involved.
As in the hag is controlling the Fae.
Yes, as in the hag is controlling the Fae, and the hag summoned whatever took Chet.
I have a feeling I know. I had a feeling I it was a hag earlier, but I didn't want to. My character wouldn't have known,
Yeah.
so I was like, I don't want to say. I have a feeling I know what is doing the weird stuff too.
So
Are you gonna share that information with us, Tibber?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, so
I said I think this is the work of a hag.
Hey, don't talk about the guy's sister like that. She was
I'm
nice.
sure that when she's not crying, she's a lovely woman.
Frances is a nice lady.
Not
I think he means like a
old lady.
monster.
I mean the monster.
A monster where? Okay. Well, how did it get in here? Is my question.
It wasn't the hag that was in here.
I'm gonna put the finger into a jar and keep it. Francis might want this.
I think the hag is controlling the Fae to gather materials, and then she used it to summon the monstrosity.
She used what? The materials.
Yeah.
And now this is the result. Is this monstrosity ate this guy?
Or kidnapped him. Who
Just
knows?
left his finger.
Yeah.
hags
Alright.
aren't really known for that much subtlety when they do something.
Is there any sign of a altercation here other than the finger?
No, because like the way that you assume it's Chet. The way that Chet was eaten, there wouldn't have been any bloodshed, and
Strange.
So they put the tar here to lure him into place, and then the land shark ate him, and he managed to get one finger out to let us know.
Yes,
Very
not
clever.
yes.
Which finger
No.
is it?
It's the index finger.
Okay, not the.
No.
How
But-
would you be able to tell the rest of him is missing?
It's called deductive reasoning. It's a scientific method.
Because the index finger has more calluses on it. I don't know.
Eh.
I don't know.
Trust me, I know anatomy. It's
He's a
easy.
doctor, that's why.
He's a doctor, that's why.
Sure.
A doctor of art
he's a
history,
doctor.
but a doctor nonetheless.
Oh, I'm a better doctor than that. I just don't heal people.
So a doctor of art history.
Like Zoidberg.
I'm gonna remember that next time you guys want a healer thing.
Okay, so if you guys would like to investigate the rest of the house,
Yes.
this will be a bit of an easier investigation check.
With that, I'm gonna go to the bathroom again.
Okay, so it's Tiber, Victor, Ulesh.
Oh, an actual
blind again.
somewhat decent. What is this? A somewhat decent roll?
Ulesh, you are so intent on finding what happens, you actually like trip on the stairs and fall back down into the basement on your way up.
Ow.
Yeah, that's what happened.
And now I just can't focus.
And you think you went blind again, but you really just fell face first into the dirt.
It's dark.
Oh god, I've gone blind again.
Then get up, you dumbass!
Okay, so the rest of
Only
you
balls to keep you from dying.
The rest of you go throughout the house and find he wasn't a collector of specific items. He was practically a hoarder. He just collected stuff.
Jeez. Guy has an
Like-
issue.
Yeah, he just had a lot of different collections of stuff sort of put all over the house. And it's quite easy to notice that a large portion of things are missing from the displacement of dust. There's spots all over the place, empty of dust that you can tell were taken recently. What they were, none of you really know. It looks like lots and lots of metal bits and bobs, a couple rare stones, some old coins were taken from a collection. Just lots of very strange random items. And the whole purpose of why Chet had to go missing is still completely eluding you.
This is all very peculiar.
But the more you guys investigate, the more closely linked these two cases seem to be.
What we find?
Missing thing. Nothing. We actually technically found nothing.
Yes.
Okay.
Missing box. Like, missing doodads.
Okay.
It was the absence of things that was the clue.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So just like looking at what's left, does it look like any of this has like any sort of magical properties to it?
None of the items had themselves intrinsic magic properties, but like the other items that were taken from the farm, all of them would be valuable to use for material components and spells.
Okay.
And from what you can infer to what's missing, a lot of them have to do with summoning rituals.
Oh, that's.
Hmm. Hmm.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Hmm. got nothing.
Well, I rolled really low on my investigation, but one of you guys should look for any tracks. I mean, if there's dust everywhere, is there any sign of like footprints or anything?
I look at the elf, and I was like, aren't you people like good at looking for that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
I've been blinded twice today, and I can't see.
I mean, my people may have been good at it once long ago in a different edition, but not necessarily. Though I do have a way of being advantageous with finding things. Not necessarily advantageous, but I do have eyes for detail.
Okay, you didn't have to like go into this long-winded explanation about it. You could have just looked.
Yeah, true.
And maybe put on some pants.
I would at least suggest put your armor back on in case something tries to
It
bite
burns!
you. Technically, armor isn't clothing.
Yeah, it's true.
You're splitting your head.
So yeah,
Look for things while I look up.
He'll just, I don't, like, it's, I guess he'll kind of, like, tie it to himself in a fashion. That way he's, like, wearing it, but he's not actually wearing it.
Okay.
He's like, this is disgusting. I hate you people. As he,
nobody asked you to come with us.
yeah, I realize this now.
Jammy.
But gold.
Here.
What's up?
Yulush is still technically in the basement, isn't he?
He can be.
Yeah.
Sure.
Can you make me a perception roll, please?
And I'll roll my investigation. Which is probably going to be well.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
My business in the basement.
So, as you pick yourself, as Galesh, you pick yourself up from the floor again. I guess, are the rest of you pretty much finished investigating?
Yeah.
You're looking for tracks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, like with the amount you guys have been walking through, there really isn't much to be found here or in the basement. But if you want to, that's for Varys, and you're upstairs, so.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, he was looking.
Okay. But you do notice that in a couple of spots where there are some, like, dust left over, there's some strange footprints, which are about... that they're just big.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're partial footprints, but from what you can make out, they look like they belong to hill giants or something like that.
Oh.
Wouldn't somebody notice if a giant came into this town?
You'd think!
I mean, there technically was a giant. We tracked it through the streets, and
Yeah, there
Well,
was
technically
that.
he was a golem, not a giant.
yeah, but he was a big guy.
He was a big guy, but I don't think this is him.
Varys just looks at them confused. What the fuck about?
What is
Don't worry
your
about it, friend.
what is your AC there, Jammy?
It is 16.
16. I'm just trying to remember the rules for grapple. It's a successful attack roll, isn't it?
No, it's an opposed check.
Opposed check? Okay.
It's opposing strength checks.
Opposing strength
Strength
checks.
and dex if you're the opposer.
Oh yeah, strength and dex. That's right.
Mhm. What's happening?
No, sorry, I was. There's something else. Okay. So as Yelesh, you make your way out of the basement. As you go up the stairs, from the shadows, a large tongue snakes out, wraps around your ankles, and pulls you essentially through the wooden staircase. I need you to make a strength check, please.
A strength check or
Strength check.
Is he
Strength
grappling
saving
me?
throw, rather.
Okay, but he's not grappling me.
I'm gonna make that roll in a second.
I mean, like, cause you asked me if he's grappling, and then I never got to roll. It's like
No, because I made an attack roll.
okay, strength save. So 9.
So 9. So you are basically pulled through the staircase, breaking a couple of the wooden lats towards what you can now see is this large, hulking, disgusting frog humanoid creature. And now that you're within grappling range, it's going to try and grab onto you.
Okay.
You put your camera on your dice.
I could, but
Oh boy. Yeah, that's wonderful.
That's a. So actually, you managed to slip out of its reach, just
Do we-
barely.
Do we hear anything?
Oh, you guys hear it because you hear just like
Ah!
yeah, you hear him yell, the crash of wood, and then more yelling.
I'm gonna use telepathy. It's just a racial skill, and I'm gonna be like, "What's up?"
And then you hear some
Yeah.
asshole speaking in your head as you're like, "Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god," trying to scrabble away from this thing.
Yelesh, it's Tiber. What's going on?
While he's trying to talk to him in his head, I'm just gonna race down towards the screams.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow. More of a walk, but I'm gonna follow.
Do I need to roll initiative? Because I'm gonna kill this thing, or try to.
So technically, he is first on the initiative order with the surprise attack.
Okay.
And yes, I would like you all to roll initiative now, please.
Select our token.
Yeah, I forgot. I'm gonna redo that since I forgot to select.
I don't have to worry about that. I can fix
Oh,
it.
okay. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I don't have one on the board. So.
Yeah,
I
just
totally have a token for you on the board.
you know, I'm not even using that because I don't have Roll20 open on the screen for that. I'm just doing it
Yeah.
old school.
Yeah, I remember I learned to do that in one of my other games, so I forgive, but I learned to do it.
All right, which means it's Victor, Yelesh. Victor, Yelesh, Ryu. Varus, Hebert.
Oh god.
All right, Victor, you are technically first in this initiative order. Well, you're second, but
All right.
so you are upstairs. You are about 25 odd feet from the action.
Okay, so when I get there and look through the hole in the floor, do I see this thing?
Barely. It's still mostly like in the shadows underneath where the staircase.
All right.
And you're not quite
I'm-
sure how you didn't notice this to begin with.
I'll assume it had magic, and I will throw a ray of frost at it.
Ray of Frost, well, that definitely hits.
Woohoo!
Hot dog.
Then that is 5 cold damage.
5 cold. All right.
And its speed is reduced.
Okay. Yeah. Speed is reduced. Is it?
I think that's Rare Frost.
Yeah.
I hear and see that little butthole behind you.
Oh, she's in the bed, so. I'm like off camera. I don't even know what happened there. Alright, let's try this again. Anything else, Victor, for your turn?
No, that'll be it for my turn because I don't really want to jump down there just yet.
Okay, so you're just at the top of the staircase. You just like reached over and Ray of Frosted him.
Yeah, and then I get out of the doorway, so I'm like,
Alright.
whoever wants to go.
So, Yelesh, it's your turn. You're still within,
Yeah.
5 feet of this thing.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get up and pull out my hammer and just try to use Booming Blade and hit him with a hammer attack. 13.
13 does not hit. So you go to swing, and it basically just knocks the hammer blow aside.
Alright. Then I will look at him begrudgingly and hope that my friend's gears. Pass turn.
Okay. Ryu, it's now your turn.
Cool. Ryu's fast as fuck, and she's down there.
She like leaps down the entire staircase, or like.
Like, and she sees this hurting her tea buddy and her meditation friend, so she's gonna go and like get up all in its business and go with a quarterstaff. For a 16
A 16 does hit.
for 9 bludgeoning.
All right.
Do I notice anything going? It's a frog thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm gonna follow up with a flurry of blows.
Okay.
First one of 13 doesn't hit.
Does not hit. So the first flurry of blows bounces off its flesh, and the second one you manage to like kick it in the jaw, and that actually does some damage.
Cool, for 5 bludgeoning.
All right.
Nice.
So it basically takes like a little half step back at that one, just kind of like gurgles angrily at you.
I
And
scream at it.
You're just like, let's do this! Varys! Now it's your turn.
He's gonna go there, but he's gonna like stand beside the doctor. I need a deception check.
Deception check? Like,
Yes. Hold on,
Friend's
I'll
inquisitive rogue stuff.
I'm gonna make.
It's like a contested. He rolls
Mhm.
inside.
It's deception versus 20.
alright, versus its charisma, essentially.
Make an insight check. You make a deception check, and it's contested.
Yeah.
Well, you beat him because it's got
Alright, cool.
terrible charisma, but you only beat him by 2 points, so.
That means no matter what, I get my sneak attack off on that creature until a minute passes or I use it against someone else.
Nice. Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Um,
So is that an action or is that a bonus action?
I think it's technically a bonus.
As a bonus
Yeah,
action.
it's not. Yeah, it's not an. It's like a free thing.
It
Okay.
says as a bonus action right there.
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
I see. Yeah, as a bonus action. Perfect. All right, so you still have your full action. So you're gonna try and get him with hit him with a sneak attack.
Gonna hit him with an arrow. Yeah.
All right.
Or try to. That.
Well, you're at advantage,
Attack roll.
Yeah, you're a 16.
so you still hit.
Try my advantage, but okay. 10.
So for 10 piercing damage plus your sneak attack bonus, so 18 total. Perfect.
Wow. Okay. I can't roll to hit, but I can roll for some damage apparently.
There you go. So you basically pop over the staircase and just launch an arrow down at this toad thing. It kind of sticks out of his head. barely notices it because you think it's kind of stupid. Tiber!
Can't deceive me.
Tiber is going to activate your Mastery of Fire. Alrighty.
I wanted to say I can hear him talking upstairs. I think he's muted.
Is he?
I am. I
You
am.
are. Way to
There
go,
you
nerd.
go.
Well, okay, sorry about that. Can I go down the stairs and like see if I recognize what kind of creature this is?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I wanna. Would that be like a perception or arcana or what?
Arcana or Insight, whichever you prefer.
Okay, I'll do arcana. I'm a little bit more skilled at that.
Oh yeah, you recognize this is a Banderhob. It's essentially a monstrosity creature that's summoned. It uses basically a minion for a variety of purposes, usually for hunting down other humanoids.
Okay. Cool. And then as my attack, I'm going to use combustion at 3rd level. So it's a DC 15 Constitution save.
Oh, a con save, you say?
Oh no.
Oh yeah, it makes that.
But we have all
Okay.
those nat ones.
You have 8. It's 9 nat ones left, I think. Still.
I didn't roll that great, so it's 14 damage altogether, so it's half as much, so 7 damage
So
altogether.
7 damage. All right.
Okay. And that is my turn.
Okay. Which brings us back to the Banderhob. Ryu.
Yeah.
It's going to go surge forward to you and take a bite.
Okay.
Does a 17 hit?
Yes.
Okay, I need you to roll a DC 15, either dexterity or strength. Actually, dexterity.
Save or
It's a DC 15 saving throw.
no?
Alright, so as this thing reaches down to bite you,
Mm-hmm.
4, 6, 10, 13, for 18 piercing damage.
Oh.
You are stuck in its maw. And then okay.
Okay.
Okay, no, it's not done yet. I'm just sorry. I'm just reading this effect and seeing if it's anything else. No. So as it sort of bites into you through your torso, it lifts you up and starts shaking around before tilting its head back and swallowing you into its maw.
Okay.
No.
So yes, so Ryu just got eaten. And that was disgusting. Now it is Victor's turn.
Okay. I'm gonna guess that I might need to actually jump down there to keep shooting at it, or do I have a clear view from where I am?
It's a little crowded up top there with the...
Yeah. All right. Even though I just saw it eat someone, I will still jump down because this needs to be dealt with.
Mhm.
And I will use Scorching Ray, which is 3 separate attacks.
Well, the first one hits.
Yeah. So that's 3 points.
Second one doesn't hit.
Okay. And the last one.
Does not hit.
Ooh. I feel very foolish for jumping down here now.
So basically, you hit this thing with like one sizzling blast, and it just kind of turns and stares at you with those dead frog eyes. And you're just like, I kind of regret everything.
Yes.
I regret my life.
Yes, I do. Like, this seemed so much more appropriate when you were swallowing my associate. Perhaps we can talk this over now.
Good luck talking to undead things.
That's basically all I can do this round.
Okay. Yelesh, it is now your turn.
Okay. Since this thing is a pretty big threat, I'm gonna go ahead and put my curse on it.
Okay.
And then I will try to hit it again. Oh, come on.
Yeah, it doesn't hit. You go and swing it, just kind of like leans back a little bit, and you miss completely.
It's okay. Sorry, guys, I'm a tank. I don't have any offensive stuff.
Alright. And do you have any bonus actions, or was that your bonus action? Oh, as a bonus action.
Yeah,
Right.
it's a bonus action.
Ryu.
Well, I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave from inside.
You being swallowed, you are restrained and blinded.
Okay.
I don't think you can cast Thunder Wave from inside when you're restrained. I don't think so.
Just gonna check. I mean, I'll,
Yeah, I'm gonna check.
so it could be a life or death situation here.
Especially being a monk, you're less confined to the semantic components.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Your speed is 0, and you have disadvantage on attack rolls, and your attack rolls have disadvantage, and you have disadvantage on dex throws. It does not necessarily say that you can't perform somatic components, but that would be a DM call.
Yeah.
It's funny.
We
though.
want to see it explode, though.
Yeah.
You know what?
Funny.
I'm gonna say you can cast it, but it's gonna have advantage on the saving throws against it, right?
Okay.
Because I think that's how Thunder Wave works. Yeah, so it'll have advantage on the damage.
Okay.
So yeah, it makes the saving throw for that one. So it takes nat ones.
I
Nat
was gonna
one.
suggest
Nat
it.
one.
That's gonna cost you guys 2 nat ones because it's rolling at advantage, and it made both of those.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys are down to 7 nat ones, and it takes 4 thunder damage.
The thing is, I'm in sight of it, and it gets pushed 10 feet away from me.
I'm just gonna say it's knocked prone for that one.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'll
Oh,
take
it goes
that.
before me, though. Crap.
I'm gonna say it's getting knocked
Damn.
prone. Now, Ryu,
Yes.
it doesn't actually give you an option to escape because you have been swallowed, but I don't like that, so I'm gonna say that you have a hard check to escape.
Okay.
So whether you want to make that a strength check or if it's a dexterity check, acrobatics, it would be at disadvantage. But a strength check would be at normal.
Yeah, I would go. So it would be a. So what you're saying? The strength is flat.
Strength is flat. Dexterity saving throw is at disadvantage
Dexterity saving is a disadvantage.
because you're restrained.
What do I have to beat?
It's a hard check. So
A hard check.
18, I believe, is hard.
Okay. I wanna. Oh man, I guess I'll go with my. Shit, what should I do, guys?
You see,
Should I vote?
wait,
Unless you
wait,
have a minus
one
3
sec,
strength,
one
you
sec.
just-
Worst Films is asking if you see Chet in there.
How do you see?
Yeah,
But
It
you're
was for the
blinded,
joke.
so I think the question is, do you feel Chet in there?
Do I feel
Come on,
chat in
man.
there? I feel chat in here.
No, Chet.
Chet.
Chet? Oh! Do I feel Chet?
No, luckily you don't. You don't feel a pile of bones in there.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take the disadvantage.
You're gonna take the disadvantage. All right.
Yeah.
Probably a good idea.
13.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, the advantage wouldn't have worked. I just want to try something. These are my rolls, so it wouldn't have mattered.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Varys, it's your turn now. So basically, you heard this huge clap of thunder, and the thing kind of burped and fell over.
Well, crap. I'm going to hold my action till after its turn.
You want to hold till after his turn,
Yes.
Even
okay.
though it's prone.
even though
Okay.
it's prone. Yeah. Well, if he goes into stealth, then he automatically gets. Well, I think you automatically get advantage regardless. So.
Okay.
No, it's not that. It's that it is prone.
Yeah.
Oh, and you're okay.
Brain.
So yeah, you ready an attack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He's going to hold his action until the thing stands up.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but you gotta say what action you're holding.
Yeah. He's gonna hold his action to attack until trigger the thing stands up.
Tiber. It is now your turn.
Yay. I am going to cast blindness, deafness on it.
Oh, shit.
So I'm gonna choose to blind a foe. So it needs to make a DC 15 con saving throw.
It makes it.
Ah. Okay.
Its constitution is insane, you guys.
Yeah,
Stop
that's
doing
what.
con saves.
Okay. I'm going to move down the stairs, but still stay like 10 feet away from it.
10 feet? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's the Vanderhoof's turn. Val. You take 9 points of necrotic damage.
So I take 4 points of necrotic damage.
Are you resistant to necrotic damage?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
I am an Azamar, but I'm also down. Wait, no, I'm not. Because guess who didn't roll their HP for level 4?
I say that should still count.
I just didn't write it down. I'm not down.
Okay, well you take the 9 necrotic damage, and then the Vanderhoop regurgitates you and spits you across the floor.
Cool.
Oh, that was quite convenient.
Are you okay?
No!
You were
Was Chet in there?
No!
Okay, we can't wrap up this particular mission.
Oh gosh.
Okay, Tiber.
So did it stand up?
1 second. Tiber, you know how you were staying at the top of the staircase? Did you mute your mic again, Jacob?
Yep.
I was, but then I moved to the bottom of the staircase.
You did? Okay.
Yeah.
I think only Varys is up there now.
Only
Yeah.
you're up there?
Yeah.
Well, you saw the creature at the bottom of the staircase, and then you didn't. And you kind of just feel it behind you. As it steps out of the shadows behind you. And then goes to take a chomp out of you.
Does improvised armor work? It doesn't.
No, so does a What is that? It's an
So he has,
18.
like-
Does an 18 hit?
Yeah, he only. If improvised armor doesn't work, his AC is 12.
Well, what if you have armor on? What's your AC?
13.
Well, that's still... Okay, so he hits. So I need you to roll a DC 15 check, please. Escape check.
Okay, I don't think I have it at this level.
Escape
Okay.
should be either
No,
acrobatics or athletics, I believe.
I'm gonna roll acrobat. Athletic. It doesn't really matter either way, I think, for me. But I was thinking about the feature of a class that I don't have yet. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yay! I'm swallowed now.
So you take
Well,
7...
congratulations. Nick has now officially
14.
failed. I've gotten bored.
17. You take 21 piercing damage, and the thing basically goes over your head and then tilts you back up and swallows you. Like a duck going for bread.
I am going to die.
What HP do you have left?
Well, considering the fact that if I had taken the rolls that I had first rolled, I would have been downed instantly. I'm at 3 HP.
You're at 3. You're still alive.
Barely.
Never fear, Regal is here! Yes! Okay. So, that was the Vanderhobb's turn, which is now standing at the top of the staircase. Which brings us to Victor.
And I was just up there, but I don't want to be near
It's
it.
probably for the best that you moved.
Yeah. Now that I just see it eat a second person, scorching ray.
13 unfortunately does not hit.
All right. 2 more to go.
That hits
6
for
damage
6.
and 17.
And that hits
All right, another 6.
for 12 damage. So
The most useful I've been in a fight in a long time.
that's the most I think you're. That's the highest accuracy so far in a fight for you as
Yeah.
well.
I should probably go back to fire bolts. Just single hit.
Okay, so do you have any bonus actions you'd like to take, or rest of your actions?
I'm going to use my movement to get out of its line of sight.
I mean, you're kind
I
of stuck in the
went
bottom of
through
a
shadows.
basement, so
Is there any place where there's light in this room? I want to be near light.
you're just gonna stand underneath like the candles that are lit in there. Yes.
Yes, I want to be as far from shadow as possible.
Okay, which brings us to Elesh. Jammy, it's your turn
So I
now.
see this thing disappear, and then I see him shoot firebolts up the stairs. So I'll run to the bottom of the stairs and cast an Eldritch Blast on the guy.
All right.
Hopefully we'll hit. 14, I don't think I hit.
14 does not hit, unfortunately.
On you! I'll get you Monday.
He's not as easy to hit as a flesh golem, unfortunately.
Yeah, that thing was. Oof. He was tough though. All right, I'm done. I guess I could run up to it if I have enough movement left. I would probably try to get next to it.
Yep, definitely. You can leap that last little bit of the stairs. That would count for like a 10 foot of movement, but... Alright, I'm going to go try and get through this super quick because we're going to wrap up pretty soon here.
Don't stop in the middle of a fight.
I'm not going to stop in the middle of a fight, but we got time to get through this. Ryu.
They all run away. The wood elf dies in his stomach. Boom.
Good. So Ryu is from where she's at. From what I understand, Burning Hands is ranged, right?
Burning Hands? I don't know.
It's a cone.
Yeah, it's a cone.
Yeah, it's a cone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just thinking of a cantrip for some reason.
Yeah.
Talking grass.
Yeah, I'm going to get in a decent amount of distance.
No warped films. It's everyone runs away, and Varys dies.
Pretty much at the bottom of the
I
stairs.
do like the
Yes.
part where I didn't die.
But it's also the fact is that now the monster has trapped them in the basement.
Yeah. It's
There's-
destroyed the stairs.
You didn't say it was a perfect plan. I just like
Anyway, I'm gonna cast Burning Hands on him.
All right. Hit me with your best shot. Oh, right. That's right. It's a cone attack. So, dexterity saving throw. Here we go. And does it make it, you guys? You still have 7 left.
It does not make it.
You have 6 left. So it takes 9 points of fire damage. All right.
And then I don't really have any bonus actions as a spell. So I'm going to get back as I'm gonna use the rest of my movement to like go stand by the doctor.
Go stand under the light.
Yes.
Okay. Varys. You are blinded and restrained in the stomach.
Yep.
Well, like I said, you can make a strength check, a hard strength check, or a dexterity check at disadvantage to get out.
I'll go. I guess I'll just take the disadvantage. It's.
No.
Oh my god.
No, you struggle and you are still stuck in that stomach.
Can we just be digested at this point? I mean, I think with the necrotic, which I would have thought would have been like stomach acid, which would have been acid damage, but
Yeah, no,
will
it's not.
probably end up killing me anyway.
No, if it does get you, then you're actually stable. Like if you're,
I thought any necrotic damage that puts you under kills you instantly.
it doesn't for this one.
That's not a thing.
Yeah.
No, I've never heard.
I thought it was.
A creature reduced to 0 hit points in this way stops taking necrotic damage and becomes stable.
There you go.
Well, that's actually kind of nice.
Yeah. So you will be okay, and if it spits you back out, then someone can just pick you back up. So, alright, so Tiber.
Alright. I'm gonna Palpatine this son of a bitch.
You're gonna Palpatine him?
I'm gonna do
Do
it at
it.
level 3. I don't know why it didn't.
It's treason then.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's. It needs to make a DC 15 saving throw, Dex saving throw.
Okay, listen. Does it make it?
No.
5 left.
So it takes 15 lightning damage,
Okay.
and I laugh like a maniac.
We have to remind them to ship 'em back next
Unlimited
session.
power! Okay. So it's the Banderhob's turn. And yes, unfortunately, Varys, I don't even need to roll for it because it's a 3d6.
No.
So
Yeah.
you fortunately are put to 0 HP but stable. And it notices you stop struggling, so it coughs you up and spits you down the staircase.
Is it 10 feet? Do I? No. I'm kidding.
No, you don't. I'm not going to make you take falling damage. And then go on. You take falling damage and die. No. I'm not that much of an awful person.
I was just suggesting because I thought it would have been funny. It was a funny suggestion, in my opinion.
You're
Tiber.
not wrong.
Uh-oh.
Da, da, da. It kind of ribbits angrily at you and lashes out with its tongue and I'm assuming a 23 hits. Sorry, 20. Yeah, 23 hits.
I don't know about that.
You don't know about that? It doesn't hit?
It does hit.
It does hit? Are you sure?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Was Tiber at the bottom of the stairs?
Yeah, it's got a 15-foot range on that tongue.
Oh, okay. It didn't even have to move. I was about to say, maybe I get an opportunity attack,
Yeah.
but no, he's just got a really long tongue.
It's
I need
wrong.
you to make a DC 15 strength check, please.
No.
Okay, so you take
Nasty
It's eating
pepperonis.
everyone.
12 necrotic damage and
Oh.
does a 18 hit.
Yes.
Does it hit?
No.
No! So as it grabs you and pulls you in towards its gigantic maw, you manage to basically put your feet on either side of its mouth to stop you from going into its maw, and you're kind of just being held there screaming.
A little help?
Because that would have eaten you otherwise, Jacob.
You look like you got it under control.
For a lot
Seriously,
more damage.
just a little bit. I'm a small guy. A little bit of
The
help.
best Lich can do is a
Nat
nat
20
20 for everybody here.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Too bad I'm stable.
Alright, which brings us... so that is the Bander Hobbs turn, which brings us to Victor.
Okay. I am going to use Scorching Ray. One of these is going to be the Nat 20.
Alright, so... The 18
So
hits.
Okay, that'll be 6 points of damage.
The 15 does not hit.
Then I'm going to go ahead and use my Nat 20 for that one.
Okay.
So that would have been, I'm trying to figure out how to do this. That would have been 8 plus,
12 damage plus...
I'm trying to figure out what's added.
it's
I don't
supposed to
think
be
anything
18
is added
damage.
to my Scorching Ray.
It just doubles the.
Yeah. Okay,
damage
yeah, I don't get
dice.
any sort of proficiency to my damage, so that would have been, 8 plus 6 would have been damage, so 20 points of damage.
Yeah.
Okay, and last one is
Does
a
not
13.
hit.
Okay, I'm still glad I used it on that.
So
for the
that
20
was
damage.
20 points of damage total.
Yes.
It-
No, sorry,
No, 20.
26 total.
26 total.
Roll again if it's a crit. You get to roll those 2d6 again.
I was just doubling them for what was already rolled. I mean, I can do it however you want.
So I usually do, the full damage plus another roll. So just, that's
Okay.
12 plus a roll 2d6.
Okay,
So 9.
that'd be
so,
another 9.
so another 9 damage on top.
Yes.
Okay.
Nice. So, 4,
Which brings us to Yelesh.
20,
Alright.
25. Nice.
Since I have a nat 20, I will just hit him with that thing and do some damage.
You're just gonna. Okay, so you hit him with the full force of your warhammer. Wait, how do you get up there?
I was already up next to him.
Yeah,
On top of
He
the
was.
staircase?
yeah, he was.
All right. Okay. Never mind.
Sorry.
No problem.
Yeah, I was up next to him.
So you're just gonna hit him.
So that's 14 plus 2, so 16.
16. Ew. Okay. Okay. So you solidly hit him in the gut with the warhammer, and the thing does that angry frog scream at you. But it's still standing.
Okay. If it moves, it takes a little damage. from
If it
my boot.
moves, okay.
Yeah.
So Ryu, it's your turn, and Varys is still down, kind of next to you.
Okay. I'm gonna jump over Varys.
You're gonna jump on his.
I'm not a healer.
Don't you have a healing potion though?
I'm
yeah,
gonna
we
take
do. It's not his though.
I'm gonna take my healing potion. What is it, 2d4?
You're just gonna take the healing potion
84
and
plus
use it on yourself.
Like, yes.
Yeah, okay, so you heal 6 points of damage as a bonus action.
And
It's
I'm
kinda
gonna
odd.
use my nat 20 on with my quarterstaff to bonk this thing in the head.
Okay.
So, and damage wise, it's a d8 plus 3, so that's 8 plus 8, 9, 10, it's 11, and then the extra dice, it's another 4, and then I'll Flurry of Blows it.
I don't think you need to.
No, she's gonna Flurry of Blows it. Like,
I don't care if I need to.
Okay, you're gonna flurry of blows
she
it.
needs to. If it's gonna be dead in the middle of this, she'll just rip its head off. Like, don't you guys know this is how this goes for her? Like, she's very
Yeah.
angry.
That's true.
Like, and so, unarmed strike. That misses, and that misses.
Okay, so basically you smash this thing's head inwards, cave its head inwards with the quarterstaff, and you just punch it until it falls over.
Pretty much. Like, screaming and crying.
And that is one large frog thing dead.
I will use my healer feat to bring Varys back.
Okay.
Uh,
So Varys, you're back up, and you're like, oh god, am I dead? Did that thing eat me?
What was it like in there? I want some extreme anatomical notes.
Varys will, is the thing, like, I mean, I know she, like, ripped its head off, but is it in any shape for him to shove? Like, quite literally just shove?
Rio looks back at you, and it's just, she's got, like, half of its head in, of its body in one hand, and the other half of its body in the other hand, because she just, like, ripped it in half. At this point.
Well, I was going to say, if you wanted to know it was dark, you could experience for yourself.
You just climb in there. It's like 90%
Yeah.
stomach.
Thanks,
No.
Here, look,
think
and
I
I
just
just
kinda
throw it
opened
at
it.
him.
Thanks for coming to help me. I think I had it under control, but you know, I appreciate it, guys.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to actually wrap it up here, you guys. Like, I'm glad we finished the fight, but we're running a little bit over on our time. We are going to pick this up not next Monday, but the following. But other than that, excellent job, you guys, taking care of that Banderhob. That was a tough fight. You guys did very,
It was a
very
tough
well.
fight.
Varys,
Yeah.
you were kind of squishy, but you did. I honestly, it rolled really high on the damage there, and I didn't expect it to take you out in like one go. I was a little bit disappointed. I wanted to try and keep you going a little bit longer, but
It happened.
it happens
Let me take
sometimes.
over real quick. We
Yeah.
have to do the round table. We got 5 minutes, less than that, to everybody to plug themselves. We're gonna start with people that I know that have stuff to plug.
Yes.
So, Andy, you go first.
I'm Wart Films. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube, all under that name.
Yeah, link yourself in chat, friend.
Oh, we'll do that.
Yeah, links. Jams, what you got for us?
I'm not gonna advertise myself today, but I will say I had fun, and I really like the entertainment value of this. Like, it's just a good time. It's a little bunch of laughs, and I really like it. I will say the hag thing, I love it. I did a hag, and I had a Banderhob work for it too.
Nice.
So I was like, dude, that's awesome. You know, I was like really picking up on what you're putting down, and also I think I know what the other thing is too, but I won't spoil it.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to it. That's all I can say. I'm really excited.
And Spirit, thank you for stepping in for us as our fifth. You got anything you want to plug?
Mostly just, I don't know if the thing's working anymore, but, I do have a Twitter. It's Spiritus Lupus. I will plug it in a second. I'll put it in there. I'm also a regular cast member on the Saturday show, or the show that takes place every other Saturday. Oh, where's
Invite us here.
Yeah. That takes place every other Saturday. It's a lot of fun. I enjoyed tonight. Glad I stepped in. And hopefully I'll be back sometime.
Perfect.
Cool beans. Jacob, you got anything?
I have this great marketing scheme that all of
Okay.
you
Nick, you got anything?
Me, I have absolutely nothing to plug other than the Slay team is going to take place every other Monday. We're going to run a little bit longer next time. Other than that, that's all I have to plug, and I'll pass it back over to you.
Cool. I'm Valdrian. This is my channel. You can watch us play D&D here every other Monday, every other Saturday with the Slay Team and Dragonstone. Also, next Saturday, catch me at twitch.tv/Scraticus for the Scraticus Academy once again. And we should be playing video games pretty soon because we're getting a new computer. And we're going to raid Kyo Krilu as we go. So, everybody, I'm hitting that raid, and everybody wave.
Bye!
Bye.
Go bother Q. Tell her.
I'm waving.
Tell her, yeah.